Hi, hello. I woke up in a really angry mood today. So I'm actually feeling fine now, just a bit shell shocked by my random savage moods that creep up on me. But I'm here, I'm showing up, and whatever will be, will be. So bear with me. You do know when I'm in a bad mood because I will be pacing through the street with like maybe very loud music blasting. I'm also like changing the song every second because it's just not hitting. And I am looking down at the ground or just death staring the world. Like I try to not death stare any people. I don't want to do that. I just refuse to look at them if I am off. If I'm angry, I will refuse to look at the people walking past me because I am just furious with everything. But about 5 minutes left of my walk, I was furious and I was walking down these big steps and there was this sweet old Indian man just standing, catching his breath, having a breather from the big steps. And I told myself I will not say hello to him. I will not smile because today I am angry. But I did. And I smiled and I said good morning. And I almost cried when my back was turned and I walked away because I felt so overwhelmed. I actually really needed that. I needed some love. I needed some human interaction. And then I went back to being angry. And then I said hello to the next couple that walked past, but a couple of seconds later I was angry again. So it's been a journey last night and today. I think lately things have just been very turbulent in the sense that I will be so sure I have everything under control. I have so much clarity. I have so much conviction. Like literally at like 9 p.m. last night, I'm on the phone to my friend James. I'm like, you know what? I feel great. I feel amazing. I have so much clarity. I have so much conviction. I just get it now. Life makes sense. We got this. It's all up from here. And then an hour later, I was having a breakdown. And it really took me by surprise. Like, I don't know if people can relate to this, but I often feel like a pendulum swinging. I often feel like a pendulum swinging between so confident and so sure I'll be famous within 2 months and just like, fuck yeah, I'm going to the top. Like Alex Cooper, Hannah Berner, Lena Dunham, watch out, I'm already friends with you and I cannot wait to be in your crew. To, I have nothing. I am a fucking loser. I just want to lock myself in my room and wallow away in the fact that the earth is dying and I am dying and nothing matters. So it's hard. It's really hard because the swing can happen real fast and really catch me off guard. Last night it was to do with editing. Editing brings up a lot for me. Like a lot. It's actually very rational. Bear in mind, I don't even edit. Like my husband is editing my videos and still it brings up so much emotion. So much like I actually become a horrible person. I'm like a mean, bitchy boss. First of all, he's not getting paid. Like this is slave labor, the way I see it. He's already filming my interviews. And if he shows me an edit that I don't like, I go into so much self hatred, shame, disgust, and anger at him. Like, I'm like, how dare you choose those clips when they are so unfunny and you're just not cut out for this job? But it's like, who else is going to do it? You are broke, you have no money, you can't do it. So stop kicking down the one employee you have that is selflessly working a full time job and editing your videos on the side. But what I'm trying to say is like a lot of emotion comes up, a lot of shame, a lot of, yeah, just self disgust. I'm like, why can it turn so quickly from this is my calling, I'm so good at this, I love this, to like, every clip fucking sucks and nothing can be posted, and I am just not cut out for this. So we struggled, both of us, last night, because like I really saw Sim just keep trying to, make it better and be like, maybe we just need a bit more time. But in my mind, I'm like, no, I've got no fucking time. I'm having a baby in 4 months. Like, I need to get this show on the road before it's too late. Like, the pressure really builds and it becomes paralyzing, the fear of like needing to do everything now, and that very catastrophic mindset. If I don't do this now, it'll never happen and I will just be forever sitting on the sideline. And I'm a tornado in those states. I bring down everyone around me. And I managed to do a good job of it last night, unfortunately. Like, because what I say, even though it's irrational, catastrophic, dramatic, uncalled for, some of it can sound convincing because the emotions convinced me, and I can sometimes do a good job of just really projecting that onto my husband. And basically, it was a bad sleep, is what I'm trying to say. We did not sleep well. It was a lot of tossing and turning. I had horrible nightmares about tsunamis. I dream about tsunamis every night, pretty much. It's not pleasant because I always wake up and just, for the first 10 minutes, I'm thinking about dying in a tsunami, and it's not a good way to start the day. So, as I said, I was fucking angry today. I was really angry. But I really took control of that anger. I treated this morning like an exorcism. It was a literal exorcism. I woke up, I went for a 40-minute walk, angry walk, as you know. I came back, I had a cold shower to shock my body. I did a 20-minute meditation, still angry, came out of that, did a 20-minute yoga. My nose got stuffy and blocked and I couldn't breathe throughout it. So it was aggravating the anger and the doom and gloom mindset, the world is ending. But I continued to breathe through my mouth and finish the yoga. And then I journaled. And I feel better now. I feel better now because, as my beautiful friend James says, if you win your morning, you win over your day. And I believe it. I really do. It's hard not having a structure mapped out for me. Like, it's hard being ADHD and not having a clear routine, kind of doing freelance work and making it up as I go along, like building my days based on my priorities. It can be fear-inducing and overwhelming because decisions is something I really struggle with when I'm in overdrive. And there is infinite decisions to choose from. Like, someone that doesn't have ADHD might not understand this, but it's like I will pluck decisions out of thin air. It's like all of a sudden I have 35 things to choose from today, when yesterday it was really simple: do my study for my director's course and clean the house. But no, in the morning it's like, edit this YouTube video, edit this other YouTube video, edit these 2 other random videos that I made in the last couple of days, write a book, finish posting a Substack. Ooh. Choices and paralysis, a wonderful journey. Also, OCD thoughts. I feel I have I don't want to make any blanket statements because I am very superstitious about making blanket statements, but I would say I have definitely got more of a handle on my OCD than I did throughout my entire life. For the first, from about the age of 12 to 21, I had a compulsion to have my hair in certain hairstyles, have a beanie on. I wore a beanie from like 12 to 18, pretty much like every day, even in summer, even at school, even when I showered. That sounds very weird, but I would literally like shower, like have my head out, like, or put the beanie on straight after I came out of the shower. Like it was very absurd, but very dark because it sounded just stupid. Like when I would tell my friends, like when I would actually confide honestly in the difficulty of being forced to wear a beanie every day, my friends would just find it funny because I guess I was always a class clown. So like they didn't really take it seriously, which is fair enough. It's really hard to wrap your head around whatever that word is. Whatever that word is, wrap your head around, that's it. But it was really, really full on to live by these thoughts telling me that I wasn't a good person without the beanie. Like if I didn't have my hair in a high pony, if I didn't have two strands of my hair out in a certain way, if I didn't have a cardigan on, like weird fucking things, then I was a horrible version of myself and not funny, not cool, just like all the things that I hated in myself. So when I had the beanie on, it was like this superpower. I can be this cool, confident girl, and everything I say is in flow, everything I say is connected, and it just became that was the rule. So that was what I had to do, and it went away and came back. And I would say the hard, like a really hard part, was being in Berlin and kind of getting lost in the world of mental health and drugs and no stability and unemployment, which is a cocktail for spiraling downwards. And I remember I was nannying this child and I was in denial that my OCD was coming back. I was in denial that I had to have my hair in certain positions. Like I remember going to this building called the Greenhouse, which all my friends lived at. It was an artist's building. And I remember trying so hard to combat the thoughts that were telling me I had to put my hair in a high pony. It sounds so ridiculous. It's like to anyone else, just put your hair in a fucking high pony. It makes no sense. But to me, it was like, I'm giving in to those thoughts. Therefore, the OCD is back. And I was trying to not I was trying to deny the fact that my OCD was back. So I was fighting these thoughts and ignoring them that were like very forceful, and in the ending I ended up doing it. And then I just slowly realized like I'm now being ruled by these thoughts again, like I'm not in control anymore. And the worst day was nannying this kid. I actually remember like I was always a bit awkward around kids. Like I was just trying to be like fun and I don't know, just their friend. And I remember I was walking with this girl. She was like 10, and I said like, "Oh, I don't even know." I said like, "Oh, you look really nice today," or like, "You have beautiful eyes," or something in German. I was just trying to be fucking sweet and connect with this kid. And I remember this man turned around, or this guy, like, 20-year-old guy, and he's like, "That's fucking weird," or something, or "You sound like a pedophile." And it just like threw me off. And I was already so self-conscious and just in terror in my mind. I had the beanie on. I'm hanging out with this girl, and midway through us playing a game, she pulls the beanie off my head, and it was almost like I was being punched. Like the thoughts were so dominant, the thoughts were so overpowering that it fully was like a physical experience. It was like those scenes in films where just like all these loud voices are talking to the person at once, just yelling and yelling, or like it was like a tsunami of darkness, essentially. And I felt completely out of control. I didn't even feel safe to look after this child anymore because there was so much going on in my head. It was like I finally realized like I'm not in control at all. Like I am so far from in control of this OCD, and I don't even feel safe being around a child right now. Like I feel out of my depth. And then in my, from about 24 to 28, from about 23 to 28, I had a somatic sensation in my mouth. It was a kind of like a lock in my mouth, this tightness, this pain, this agonizing like bulb in my mouth that I was permanently fixated on. And that was always kind of changing in meaning, but always remaining the same intensity of discomfort and obsessional thinking. And every time I did anything, I was fixated in the background with this mouth sensation. I tried to explain it to so many psychiatrists. They could not get it because I couldn't even work out what it was. Every time I tried to put words to this feeling, it did not do it justice because it was always changing. It was like this constant thing that I could never explain, but was always with me and fucking eating me alive. And, you know, I had to get CTC scans because I thought, okay, maybe there's actually something wrong. Like maybe that she has, like a neurological disorder. So I went down that path of like trying to see if there was something neurologically wrong with me. I went to see a pain specialist. I did everything. I had so many psychiatrists pump me up with medication. None of this medication took away this feeling, and it was just getting harder and harder to live with. And it was also so alienating. Oh, I'm going to get emotional. It was also so alienating because, like, when I did group therapy or when I talked to friends or talked to therapists, like, no one could relate because no one understood it. I didn't even have a diagnosis. That was how hard it was to diagnose because it was so absurd. So I just got over talking about it. But it was always there. And if someone asked me how I was, it was so hard because I was never good because of this mouth sensation. But I felt like a fucking jukebox playing the same song. And before you know it, I feel like I'm alienating people. Like everyone's kind of disappearing. I don't really have as many friends anymore because I'm not fun to be around, and also like I'm not even making sense. And I guess it's that combination of pushing people away but also hiding yourself away. And I had like a psychiatrist tell me, like, I'm sorry, I just can't help you. Like, I don't know how to help you. Like, we've done everything we can. And that was really a hard moment because I felt trapped. Like, if psychiatrists can't help me, then there's nothing. I couldn't do yoga. I couldn't do breath work. I tried to. I didn't not try. I spent my grandma's inheritance. She passed away and I had some money from that, and I let this self-proclaimed guru who was a breathwork retreat man convince me to do this retreat that cost like $7,000, and I did it because I was trying everything. I was desperate. I wanted my life back, but nothing worked. And eventually, like, I went to hospital. I did electric shock therapy for a month. I got a little bit better. About 4 months later, I was, in that hospitalization. I was a bit better. I was happier. I always felt good in hospital. It felt safe for me. It was like I can be unwell and have support and not have to pretend. And there was like maybe 4 months after that where life was okay, but then slowly but surely that mouth sensation came back and completely ruled my life. At 28, I got prescribed a certain medication from a psychiatrist, and for the fucking grace of God, it worked. It worked, and that mouth sensation went away. I still had not had a proper diagnosis. I was still left in the dark about what it was. It was called, psychiatrists called it somatic delusional disorder. They called it BPD. They called it bipolar. They gave me all these different terms as to what this situation was. And only like a couple years later did I realize through my own research and awareness that it was OCD. It was OCD all along, which makes complete sense because it was always OCD. It was hyperfixation to a sensation, or something like hyperfixation of a bodily sensation. And it's a shame. It's really a shame that no one picked up on that. No therapist picked up on that because If you actually went back and looked at my history and read the files of needing to wear a beanie and having all these rules from a young age, you'd probably pick up on the different ways OCD can present. It's not just fucking cleaning your hands. It's not just compulsively locking doors and counting things. No, it's a lot more complex. There's a lot of facets to how OCD can manifest. So that's a bit of a synopsis on my mental health journey. And obviously, throughout all that, there was addiction and there were other issues I was facing as a secondary response to all of this. Alcoholism, drug addiction, etc., which I will touch on definitely in many episodes. But my point being is that at 32, I am a lot stronger with OCD style thinking. I have day to day, my baseline is good. Day to day, my sense of self is unwavering. Of course, as I said, the pendulum can swing in terms of my faith in my career and my creative pursuits and my movements. But all in all, my baseline of who I am, how I feel, how I am around others is very consistent and very unwavering. But over the past week, this has often been a thought for me, and for a long time it was more just like a joke, it's just like I hate my ass, like I'm self-conscious about my ass, like I want to have a big ass. I want to have a big ass, but I do nothing about it. I do nothing about it. I do not even squat. I do not do any glute workout. I do nothing. It's almost like this addiction to hating my ass. It's like if I started working out, I would lose the addiction to hating my ass, and I am addicted to that. So I will keep fueling that hatred as opposed to action and change. It's very odd. It's very odd, but at least I have the self-awareness to be honest about that and call it out, because it's like, it's not enjoyable. I don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy hating my ass, but I'm addicted to it. I feel it because I have hip dips. I feel it on the side. I feel it every day. If there's a photo from behind and I can see it, I spiral. I obsess. I ask ChatGPT on a regular basis, tell me how to get that ass fat and juicy. I ignore everything they say. I continue every moment someone's talking to me. I can be feeling my ass while I'm in conversation. Like I'm always in the background. It's like a tick. It's like a nervous tick, feeling the hip dips, feeling the flatness and hating it. Anyway, this flares. There's periods where it's not like that at all. But over the last week, I could feel those thoughts coming back. It started from a photo. My husband got a photo of me from behind and I saw my back and ass and I just went into like, and then because I didn't tame the OCD thoughts that were starting out as more funny, just like very light in their density. It wasn't heavy. It was just like a tick. It was just like I'm feeling my bum. I'm feeling them. I'm thinking about the thoughts. They're always in the background, but it's not sending me into like complete despair. It's more just like habit. But what I noticed was that I did not rein those thoughts, and they started building and they started building, and before you know it, like 5 days later, I am thinking about my ass every second, every minute, every hour. When I'm doing my course, I'm thinking about my ass, I'm touching my ass. When my husband is talking to me, I'm thinking about my ass, I'm touching it. Literally every moment is being ruled now by these thoughts. Why? Because I didn't tame them from the start. I didn't use my horsewhip to bring them in. And that's what happened. They had a life of their own. They grew and grew and grew and grew and grew. And it was this weird addiction of feeding them and feeding them and feeding them. And then they became a beast. And then they started to affect me. Then they started to fuck me up because I'm like, ooh, get out of my head. Like, you are polluting my consciousness. And that is not pleasant anymore. what I want to say about this is it's really crucial for someone that has vulnerabilities, for someone that has susceptibility to uncomfortable patterns of thinking. For someone who is a highly sensitive person, such as myself, it is very crucial if we have a partner, fuck yeah if you're single, but if you have a partner, to have a very supportive one who understands you and works with your brain, because it really does wonders. And I want to share with you a little story about what my husband did that night that I told him the thoughts are getting to me. They are now becoming very uncomfortable and I cannot think straight. He went into a full-on comedy character, but it was so good. Can I just say he's a fucking good actor? Like, he's born on the same day as Adam Driver, and I tell you what, like, there's something in that astrology for like acting, because he's good. He would never do it publicly. He would never post anything about it. But behind closed doors, he's a fucking brilliant actor. And he became an OCD bounty hunter thought. And he was staunching my thoughts. And he had a fake gun to my head. And he was like, get the fuck out of her head. Do you know how long I've worked on my wife for her confidence, for her self-love? You don't belong here. Pack your bags and get the fuck out. And I'm not doing it justice, but it was honestly the most beautiful, hilarious, endearing, uplifting experience. I was in hysterics. And he did the character very good. And he just kept going. He kept going. And I would tell him, no, but they're back, they're back, they're back. And he kept fucking staunching these thoughts. He was yelling at these thoughts. He's fucking telling them to get out, pack your bags and get out of here. And he did this for about half an hour. And you know what? Those thoughts didn't come the next day. They did not come. They disappeared for the day. And they really haven't showed their face since. Little tiny grains here and there, but barely. He smacked some sense into me. He literally smacked the sense into my brain. And sometimes we need to just fucking dominate those thoughts. We need to say, get the fuck out. Put a metaphorical gun to the head and say, leave, pack your bags and take a hike. Because you're not welcome here. You're not fucking welcome here. I have worked too hard to preserve myself, my sense of self, who I am, what I give to this world, so you can get the fuck out, thoughts. You can scram. You can get on the bus and never look back. And that's what I'm here to tell you today. If you are having bad thoughts, if there's an influx of bad thoughts, if you are being bullied by your thoughts, which is a common thing, if you are getting bullied by those thoughts, you tell them to get the fuck out of here. You look in the mirror and you staunch those thoughts out. You either ask a loved one to do it for you or you do it yourself. And be threatening. Be scary, be dangerous to those thoughts. Make those thoughts scared. Make those thoughts know who's boss. You're the fucking boss, not those thoughts. So get out of here. Take a hike and never look back. I feel good. I feel good. I got a couple minutes left. I wasn't actually even planning. I had a whole list of things I was going to talk about, but you know what? This podcast has a life of its own, and I am so grateful to be doing it. It is the one thing at the moment that I don't want to make a blanket statement. Oh, I'm scared to do that. I don't want to jinx it, but I just want to say it's really enjoyable. It's really enjoyable, and it's giving me a lot of therapy, and it's giving me a lot of love. So thank you to anyone listening. I love you so much, and I will leave you on this story. This is again another neurodivergent thing that I did not really think about till later, where a photographer reached out to me a while ago, and he was doing a series on couples in love, and he wanted to film me and my husband. So he called me up and he said, like just looking for couples to like, collaborate with me, just bring their kind of creative vision about how their love is and like, we'll work together to shoot you guys in your element. And he gave an example. I photographed this beautiful lesbian couple and they wanted to have a day under the doona, under the covers, like pillow day. So they just, got in their PJs and like got under the doona and like, kissy kissy, lovey lovey, let's shoot. So he kind of painted the realm of like the subjects he interviews and oh sorry, God, what am I saying? The subjects he photographs and the references. And I'm like, yeah, cool, cool, cool. All right, well, let me like have a think about this and talk to my husband and get back to you because I'm like so excited. I really, really want to do this. And, my suggestions on the phone were like, maybe we can like photograph us at Luna Park because like that's where our first date was and it could be really fun and colorful, blah, blah, blah. He's like, yeah. Great, great. I'll make a Google slide. You give over some options and we'll go from there. That night, I'm chatting to my husband, and he's like, oh, I really like Callan Park, like the abandoned hospital. He's like, I reckon it'd be a really good vibe to like break into the abandoned hospital in Callan Park and like do a photo shoot in one of like the wards, like one of the abandoned mental health wards. And I was like, that's amazing. That's how we fell in love. Like when we first met, I went to a psychiatric hospital for a month. You visited me every day. Like that's our love story. So if we can't illegally break into Callan Park, we will go to a hospital and we will film a photo. We will photograph a shoot of us in a hospital ward. He was like, you can have a colorful outfit. I can have a suit. We'll just have a table. Maybe it'll be like a dark room and a candle, like a piece of paper and a pen because you were always writing. I'm like, yes, yes, yes. Never heard back from the photographer. Never heard back. And when I look at the Google slide, it's a really dark, ominous photo of like an abandoned mental health ward with like graffiti on the walls and just like a wiry bed in the background. And my synopsis is like, I fell in love with my husband when I was in hospital getting electric shock therapy. And we just thought it would be really beautiful to break in to the hospital. I know it's illegal, but maybe we can find loopholes, like doing it in the day where it's not as surveilled, and do a photo shoot in a dark room with a candle. What do you think? This is our love. And lo and behold, we never heard back. And so fucking be it. I'm never going to change who I am. Opportunities will come. They will dangle their carrot. They will walk away. They are meant to be. Okay? Because one day I will have that photo shoot. Mark my words. And our baby will be in it too. That's all. I love you all. Goodbye. Have a beautiful day. Remember, staunch your thoughts. Staunch your thoughts when they come up. You got this. Bye bye. Till then. Mwah, mwah, mwah.